Hey guys, Ghost here. So some of you guys may recall a couple of videos I created on an upcoming project for a Goldeneye 64 remake called Goldeneye 25 that was supposed to be releasing in 2022, and something that I personally, and I'm sure a lot of other people around my age, were super excited for. Well, unfortunately, the worst has happened and the two developers have received a cease and desist letter from MGM and the Bond copyright holders. Now, for those of you who don't know what a cease and desist is, it's essentially where the copyright holders tell you to stop what you're doing immediately, otherwise they will have to seek legal action. A lot of people commented on the other videos I made on Goldeneye 25 saying that exactly this would happen, and I think the developers knew it too. They have said that they were a little surprised how long it took, since the game has been in production now for over 2 years with relatively good media coverage. As for me, those two videos I made blew up quite a bit, and I just hope that I didn't, negatively contribute towards this takedown or help in bringing things to MGM's attention. But I suppose on the flip side, it's better that this happened sooner rather than later, since they were bound to find out about it eventually anyway. But it sounds like the developers fully expected that this could happen at some point, and so they of course had a plan B. And rather than lawyering up and trying to fight MGM and all these big companies, they said, okay, we'll just stop doing what we're doing with GoldenEye 25, salvage whatever we can and the assets that we hold the rights to, and we'll make this into our own project. I know a lot of people in the community have been creating petitions to send to MGM, and they're really ticked off about this whole fiasco, but at the end of the day, if they hold the copyrights to the game, they're totally within their rights to issue this cease and desist, and I think the developers did the right thing in simply complying with said wishes. So what can they actually salvage and use? Well, the whole soundtrack will have to go, since it's built upon the soundtrack of the original game, but the sound effects are something that they actually have licenses for, so those they can use, the watch menu they can use, the weapons and ammo system, portions of levels, game code, and a large library of 3D models and textures. Now obviously they'll have to create their own story arc for the new game and change around the levels a bit so that they actually make sense. But things like weapons within the game are obviously based on real life weapons, and so they're not solely part of the GoldenEye IP, so there are still a lot of things that they can make use of. So the new name of the game at the moment is Spies Don't Die. So they're not going to just give up, they're going to turn this into their own thing, and the main developer Ben said on Twitter, here's what we're thinking for Spies Don't Die. A paid release on Steam, original plot set in the 80s and 90s, a single player focus, a new original soundtrack, a possible switch to Unreal Engine 5 as they were on Unreal Engine 4 before, and a release in 2 to 3 years time. So this is unfortunately going to come with a bit more of a delay. I really think that MGM missed a trick here. It's just sad because instead of ordering a cease and desist, they could have partnered up with them to release this game together and made money off of it. Lots of people would have bought this game. But the ironic thing now is that before, the devs were making this game for free. They couldn't make any money off of it because they didn't hold the copyrights. And this also meant that they couldn't make the game on console either. But since it's their own game now that they're creating, they can essentially do whatever they want, so they can charge money for it if they wish, and they can even release on console. In any case, Ben has a new Twitter account for the new game Spies Don't Die, which I will link down in the description below. I recommend going and giving that a follow if you want to keep up to date on everything that's happening with the game. I will of course make another follow-up video if there's any solid gameplay and stuff that comes out with the new game, but I look forward to seeing what they have planned. That's all from me for today, guys. Thank you for watching the video. Leave a like down there if you enjoyed, and have a good one.